fans both here at Fred Rust Arena and joining us worldwide on the Delaware Hockey Network. A pleasant good evening to you all, and welcome in to the Senior Night 2023 festivities for your University of Delaware Men's Division I Blue Hens hockey team. While Sean, Kyle, and Eric unfurl the carpet, allow me a moment to go off script momentarily and wax poetic about the quartet of seniors we're about to honor. Not only for me has it been a pleasure to watch them develop as hockey players through the past 4 years, but also to get to know them as human beings and watch them make preparations to leave us at Fred Rust Arena and go out and do amazing things in the world. So, to the families of these 4 seniors, know that you've raised some terrific human beings, and it's a joy and also a bittersweet moment to acknowledge them here before their final home game at Fred Rust Arena. So without further ado, we present the University of Delaware Men's Division I Ice Hockey Class of 2023. And we begin with a man who, as we've said many a time, would happily run through a brick wall for any of his teammates and relish the opportunity. I speak of the Philadelphian number 24, Jay Luce. Jay is joined by his mom, Mary, his dad, Jeff, and his younger brother, Alex. Jay has studied finance as his major, sales as his minor, and he is enrolled in and will receive his master's degree in finance come next May. In 75 games played for the Blue Hens, he's amassed 21 points. Currently, while not on the ice, he's bartending at both Iron Hill and Green Turtle downtown and pursuing an internship in asset management for the summer. Jay would like to thank all of his teammates from his time at Delaware, his mom, his dad, his brother, his coaches, his friends, all of these people that have made these past 4 years some of the most memorable for Jay. He'd also like to give a special shout out to Alex for making his league's all-star game. And in Jay's words, I can't wait for one more year, but trust me, time goes by fast, so make sure you take nothing for granted and to always live in the moment. We love you, Jay Luce. Let's hear it for number 24. Fellow Yinzer from Venetia, Pennsylvania, number 17, Ryan Luppy. Ryan is joined tonight by his mother, Michelle, and his father, Tracy. Ryan is completing a degree in health behavior science with a minor in professional sales and selling. In 70 games as a Blue Hen, he's amassed 15 goals and 18 assists. And following his time here, he plans to pursue a career in medical or pharmaceutical sales. Ryan would like to say thank you to all his teammates, both past and present, for making his time at Delaware the best 4 years he could ask for. In his words, don't take it for granted and always have fun with it. These are memories and relationships you'll have for a lifetime. Number 17, Ryan Luppy. Number 14, Christian Brunel. Christian is joined on the ice by his parents Craig and Miyuki and his siblings Matthew, KJ, and Angelina. Christian hails from Emerson, New Jersey. In his time here at Delaware, he majored in finance. His future plans are to work in the trust and wealth management field. A big Blue Hen round of applause for number 14, Christian Brunel. And completing our quartet of seniors, captain of the Blue Hens, a leader on and off the ice, number 25, Jake Nema. Jake is joined on the ice by his parents, Michael and Lisa, and his sisters, Jordan and Julia. The Allentown, Pennsylvania native, graduating with a bachelor's degree in biology with a chemistry minor and an exercise science minor. His future plans include, following in Mike's footsteps, attending medical school in the fall of 23 to pursue a career in surgery. He's been accepted to multiple schools so far, but he's still yet to make his final decision on where he will attend. In 4 seasons with the Blue Hens, Jake has played 129 games and has accumulated 26 goals and 58 assists. In Jake's words, I would like to thank my parents for giving me the opportunity to play this game for 14 years. They have been my biggest supporters throughout my journey, coming to almost every game, home and away, for each of my collegiate seasons. I just want to thank them for their sacrifices, time, and effort they put in order to be here for me. A leader on and off the ice through and through. Number 25, Jake Nema. And one last pregame photo op from the 4 seniors, captured in immortality by Tisa Della Volpe, photographer extraordinaire for the Blue Hens. We've all seen her work, and we thank her for capturing the class of 2023 in this pregame recognition. Blue Hens Nation, let's hear it once again for Jay, Christian, Ryan, and Jake. The intermission clock is set for 19 minutes. We'll reconvene close to its expiration for tonight's opening introductions. So we'll break away here on the Delaware Hockey Network as well after Senior Night 2023 has just begun ultimately. It'll be the New York University Violets and the University of Delaware Blue Hens coming up next on the Delaware Hockey Network, presented by the Law Office of Long and Greenberg.
The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
Friends, a most pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. Welcome into the Delaware Hockey Network's coverage of University of Delaware Blue Hens Hockey, the men's Division I team. In their regular season home finale, take on the New York University Violets, and they look to complete a weekend sweep after a 6-4 win yesterday in downtown Manhattan. James Witherite flying solo on the airwaves, our production assistant extraordinaire, Josie Billett, doubling on videography duty here tonight for our Fred Rust Arena UD men's hockey doubleheader, as the Division III Blue Hens will celebrate their senior night following this game. Senior night festivities took place in the soft open. We'll take you right now to the Limestone Pension Associates pregame report, a look at Delaware's line chart for senior night. Dominic Guido with one of Delaware's 6 goals in victory against the Violets yesterday. Will be on the top pairing with Jake Nema and Luke Doshin. The Ironman Cody Diaz will center the third line as we look down the page, right down the middle. Nema, Ostrander, Diaz, and Alex Infanger, the rookie, making a big impact here. Chris Heitzhaus on the board last night with his 3rd goal of the season. He looks to continue a 2-game point streak here. On defense, we'll see Christian Brunel and Ivan Sidoriak as the top pair. Brunel got his 1st goal of the season at NYU last night. And between the pipes, Jacob Snellenberg brings an 8-1 record into Fred Rust Arena with a 3.5 goals against average and a save percentage just above .900 on the season. On the New York side of the line, Ryan Fugue gets the call tonight. He's 1-2 on the year with a 6.4 goals against average and a save percentage of .838. Daniel Farr, Stelios Bezekis, and Alexander Chernyavsky will serve as the leading forward line for New York tonight. Brian Zaffino and Jackson Ollison will handle starting defensive duties. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more by visiting limestonepension.net. And the Delaware Hockey Network is presented by the Law Office of Long and Greenberg, providing representation for injury in car crashes, on the job, and other personal injury cases. Visit injuryde.com to learn how to schedule a free consultation, evening, and virtual appointments are available. We will take a quick timeout here on the Delaware Hockey Network. When we come back, it'll be go time for Senior Night 2023, NYU and Delaware about to square off, and we'll have it all for you here on the Delaware Hockey Network starting in just a few minutes. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena, the Delaware Hockey Network, presenting New York and Delaware in their fourth and final meeting of 2022-2023, at least as regular season competition is concerned. Delaware traveling left to right in opening period play. Don't you just love it? People sitting directly in front of the press box. So it goes. Anywho, with that out of the way, let's take you inside the glass for tonight's opening introductions. Fans, a most pleasant good evening to you, and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Tonight, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Eastern States Collegiate Hockey League present a men's Division I matchup between the visiting New York University Violets and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the visiting NYU Violets, coached by Michael Farkas. Starting in goal, from Valley Cottage, New York, number 31, Ryan Fugue. On defense, from Darien, Connecticut, number 11, Brian Zaffino. And from State Line, Nevada, number 4, Jackson Olison. Starting at left wing, from New York City, number 36, Daniel Farr. At right wing, from Moscow, Russia, number 29, Alexander Chernyavsky. And at center, from Manhasset, New York, number 14, Stelios Bizekis. It's that time, Blue Hen Nation, one last time in 2023. Let's meet the starting six for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal, from Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania, number 35, Jacob Snellenberg. On defense, from Emerson, New Jersey, number 14, Christian Brunel. And from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, number 24, Jay Luce. At right wing, from Rockaway Beach, New Jersey, number 26, Brian Ostrander. At left wing, from Venetia, Pennsylvania, number 17, Ryan Luppy. And starting at center, your captain, number 25, Jake Nima. Your Blue Hens are coached by Todd Middlemeyer, Jason Bage, and Eric Stern. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Ian Krinsky and Sean Milligan, and linesmen Steve Capriotti and Sam Chauvin. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice, as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. We are just about at go time now with pregame festivities in our rearview mirror. With Jacob Snellenberg and Ryan Fugue preparing their offices. And Sam Chauvin set to administer the opening face-off, brought to you by First State Ice Hockey, committed to building the next generation of youth hockey players under the philosophy of one state, one goal. Learn more about their classes, their clinics, and their growing summer tournament program by visiting firststateicehockey.com. Off we go in the First State. And if the cameras shake during the course of the game, friends, we apologize in advance because people insist upon sitting in the front row. Or by front row, I mean the row directly in front of the press box. And those metal bleachers aren't exactly the steadiest. Luce flips the puck up ice to Zaffino. Recovered by Chernyavsky, thrown into the Delaware zone, recovered by Brunel. Brunel gains center before throwing the puck into the near corner of the NYU zone. It's picked up there by Reagan Wartz. He finds Svoboda on the breakout pass, but Svoboda with a delayed offside. Signaled by Steve Capriotti, had no choice but to dump the puck in over the line and allow the Blue Hens a free pass. Svoboda working below his own goal, pressured by Nathan Reichel. Tries to throw a long breakout pass. Up the far boards, but this comes back in icing against NYU with just under 100 seconds in the books. Alex Infanger in for the draw. For Delaware to the left of Fuke. Odd man rush for New York. Stitch cross ice feed to Bryce. This drop back to Svoboda just above the dot. His shot caught and held by Jacob Snellenberg for a pause in play. Just under 2 minutes have gone by. Faceoff comes to Snellenberg's right. Infanger and Adam Peck taking this faceoff. Peck with 6 goals, 10 assists on the year. For the Violets, who are now pushed back into the neutral zone. Chris Heitzhaus trying to wreak some neutral zone havoc, but he couldn't emerge with the puck cleanly. Hembre's shot from the top of the left circle was wide off the corner glass. Recovered by Crawford at his own blue line. Hembre headmans this to a nameless number 33. Chris Cataldo, goalie, usually wears 33 for NYU. But it certainly wasn't him. On the doorstep was Adam Peck, unable to connect. Program change on the Violets that never made its way to the press box. We'll try to get that rectified as quickly as possible. Jack Kosinski at the half boards, surrounded by white sweaters, chipped the puck into the Delaware zone. It's walked out by the Coloradan Luke Doshin. He flips it ahead off the end boards behind the cage to Guido. This nearly taken away by Chernyavsky and walked ahead now by Daniel Farr back into the Delaware zone. His shot from the dot was saved by Snellenberg and subsequently gloved free. Olesen back deep in his zone recovers. The stretch pass intended for Farr, a little bit too much. Eric Mark settles down at his own line. Trying to play the puck ahead to Nima, but it caught Farr in the arm at center. Stelios Bezekis on his way in. Set up a solid shot from Brian Zaffino and a glove save from Jacob Snellenberg. Gives us a pause in play with just under 4 minutes elapsed in first period action. False start off the draw to the right of Snellenberg. Ostrander and Svoboda, another false start as Sammy Chauvin signals encroachment on the draw on the part of the wingers. Will the third time be a charm? Yes, it will. Play continues unabated from here. Bryce trailing to center, overskated the puck. John Dorio settles it down for the Violets. Olesen fell in the far corner. Hens protect. Will Gould look to get a shot away, but it hit early net front. Friendly fire on the Delaware side, and Jackson Olesen emerges with the puck for NYU. Brian Zaffino gives it right back to Olesen. Good D-to-D movement. Olesen gained center before floating the puck into the Delaware end. That enables NYU to get a pair of fresh blue liners on as we approach the 5-minute mark of the first period of a scoreless hockey game. Gould, Ostrander, Reichel. Tic-tac-toe up the near wall. Sets up Reichel working in the near corner. He has some help now from Patrick Meckel. Meckel checked off the puck by Bryce. Gave it away, but this NYU counterattack is ruled offside. Diaz and Peck. Took the draw above the Delaware line. And the Violets come crashing back in. We found out that the nameless number 33 is James Orn, who usually wears 17 for NYU. So we've got all the holes in the plot covered, at least for now, with just under 6 minutes gone in the first period. No score, and Alex Infanger with time and space to corral a puck at center. At least able to dump it in and chase it down while the other Blue Hens exchange for some fresh legs. Jay loose with a neutral zone poke check. Meisinger net front, no! Slamming the door on him was Ryan Fugue. Net front chance for Meisinger off the Infanger setup, but Ryan Fugue had the last word. Face-off comes to Fugue's right. Bryce and Infanger square off. This shot from the point was blocked away. Kaczynski muscles past center, was angled to the far line. Infanger failed to clear. The shot from the point, and A.J. Crawford was into Snellenberg's pads.
Just watch out, please. This is kind of right here.
In comes Guido, taking aim from close range to no avail. The 15s converge on the puck. The shortboard's far side. Chiriak found Bryce. Bryce blew a tire on his way into the Delaware zone. This puck is cleared by Smith, but it goes over the glass and out of play. Nima and Bezekis took the draw to restart action to the left of Snellenberg. Hens working coast to coast, but Doshin and Guido were canceled out. Here's Olesen back the other direction. He dekes past Smith, threw a puck on net, didn't have the angle though on it, so not a shot on goal despite Snellenberg playing the puck. Luke Doshin, surrounded by black sweaters, muscles his way in over the NYU line, absorbs a check from Zaffino right in front of the Violets bench. And Olesen corrals the puck behind his own goal. He waits. Luppy promises the pressure, forced the failed breakout. Early can't bring the puck down. Ostrander net front, got a shot away from point blank range. It was waffle boarded aside by Fugue. Early recovers at center. Sidoriak caught Ostrander unawares on the breakout. Fugue steadies. Zaffino clears up the far side where Theo Hembre flubbed his outlet pass. Ostrander keeps the heat on him. Cross ice feed to Farr. He gains center near side before tipping the puck in behind the Delaware goal. Line changes both ways. And Early turns up the forechecking heat on Reagan Wartz. in the NYU zone. Nearly a takeaway just inside the line, but the Violets, namely Joshua Stitch, are able to reset. We've hit 9 minutes in the first period of a scoreless hockey game from Fred Rust Arena. We're glad to have all of you joining us here on the Delaware Hockey Network from wherever you might be in our worldwide audience. Orn is bodied off the puck by Meckel in front of the scorer's table. Hembre throws this into the far corner of the Delaware zone, where Luce absorbs a check from Adam Peck. It's usually the other way around. Hembre holds the zone, cycles to Peck, back to Hembre coming in from the point. Sidoriak keeps him outside the dots, steals the puck, and lofts it up the near wall. Diaz and Wartz converge on it. Reagan Wartz found Hembre. Here's a 2-on-2 for NYU and a blocked shot. Jay Luce doing well to clog up the slot. Puck rolls back toward the blue line. Pushed back into neutral territory by Diaz. Recovered just before center by Svoboda. Hembre, amid a fresh set of blue hens, threw a shot on from 40 feet, but it was waffle boarded up into the air by Snellenberg. Infanger the other way, threw one into the pads of Fugue. The follow-up shot was wide. We've hit halfway now in the first period from Fred Rust Arena. Kosinski to Bryce. This will be called back offside. The Delaware Hockey Network is brought to you by the Law Office of Long and Greenberg, providing representation for injuries sustained in car wrecks, on the job, and other personal injury cases. InjuryDE.com. The place to go to learn more about how to schedule your free consultation, with evening and virtual appointments also available. So NYU stunted due to an offside infraction. Hens pounce off the draw. Infanger on the doorstep, couldn't finish off the long Smith shot. This sails past Rangers' reach on the welcome mat and opens the door for Mac Bryce to head a 2-on-2 attack the other way. The Bryce shot was blocked. Smith found Early, who throws the puck up the near wall toward Infanger. Early tried to head off for a change. He does. Gould's heading off as well. Meanwhile, Doshin turns up the forecheck as Zafino failed to connect with Bryce. Breakout pass intercepted by Ivan Sidoriak. This worked around to Brunel, looking for his second goal. He got a shot away. Commotion net front. Sidoriak couldn't fish out the rebound. So shots even at 6 aside now with 8.5 minutes to go in opening period play. Christian Brunel holding the right point. Nima gave it away to Bryce. Mac Bryce, leading scorer for NYU with an even dozen goals on the year. Surrenders the puck to a Christian Brunel poke check high in the zone. In comes Nima the other way. Drop pass to Guido. Shot was wide. It caroms to the near half wall. Doshin keeps it low. Doshin stick handles, gets some help from Guido. This kick back to Eric Mark at the point. That one made it through, but it was stick by Fugue to the near corner. Olesen got to the rebound in time, hassled mightily by Guido. Bryce still inside his line, dekes around Doshin and sets up a 2-on-2 attack for the Violets. Bryce was slowed up by Mark, separated from the puck. Doshin throws this over the reaching stick of Joshua Stitch. And play is halted with 7:38 to go in first period play. And the face-off coming to the right of Jacob Snellenberg off what appeared to be either a Delaware hand pass or high stick. Production assistant Josie Billett confirms it was indeed a hand pass. She has played and does play this game at a high level. And to have her hockey IQ in the press box is an absolutely invaluable asset. This puck is out of play. It stays in the NYU zone. despite the crowd being happy and knowing it, at least pockets of them. The Violets work back up ice into Delaware territory. Luppe has the puck trapped in the far corner. It's pitchforked free by Ostrander. Now controlled by Mark. Luppe failed to clear. Bezekis intercepted the puck and threw it down low again. Loose, hassled by Vamulapalli. Failed to clear. This shot from Stitch was popped sky high by Snellenberg, so too the follow-up from Farr. Ostrander chasing down the rebound. It sneaks beyond the reach of Bezekis as well. And now Jay Luce carries the puck up to center, takes aim from long range, throws that right into Ryan Fugue's glove. Didn't have the line for a shot on goal though, but gave the Hens plenty of time to get some fresh legs on as we come to the final 6 minutes of the first period of a scoreless hockey game from Fred Rust Arena. 2-on-2, Reichel through traffic, shot, score! Nathan Reichel, effectively coast to coast, gives Delaware the first goal of the game. All the way through, and he buries it at 14:08. To make this an early Delaware lead. For Reichel, that's his fourth of the season. Oh, Delaware goal! His fourth of the season, scored by number 7, Nathan Reichel. Assisted by number 9, Will Gould. And number 10, Justin Smith. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 8 seconds in the first period. Reichel's fourth from Gould and Smith at 14:08. And our first penalty of the game. Comes with just under 5 minutes to go in the first period. Cody Diaz ruled off for slashing to send the Blue Hens to their first Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill of the night. Schedule your first cleaning today by visiting DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Delaware penalty assessed to number 37, Cody Diaz. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes, 14 seconds in the first period. Diaz 2 for slashing at 15:14. Olesen kept high by Infanger. Zaffino holds the left point. Back to Olesen it comes. Good cross slot movement of the puck. Bryce drops it back to Hembree, and that is in. Perfect execution. Leading to NYU's power play goal. With 4 minutes and change to go in the first period. We are now all knotted up.
For Brian Zaffino, that is his second goal of the season. New York goal, second of the season, scored by number 11, Brian Zaffino. Assisted by number 2, Theo Hembre, and number 22, Mac Bryce. Time of the power play goal, 15 minutes, 55 seconds in the first period. Zaffino's second from Hembre, and Bryce at 15:55, a power play goal. So the Hens lead ultimately short-lived, not even 2 minutes. Planning for retirement doesn't happen overnight. For 35 years, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. A special hello to Robert joining us here on the Delaware Hockey Network and everyone tuning in worldwide. Mark recovers behind the Delaware goal. Forechecking heat comes in the form of Svoboda. Svoboda stole the puck, leaving it to Wartz at the right point. He throws it across ice. Doshin ties up Kaczynski. Bryce drops this back to Dorio at the point. His shot was blocked on its way through. So shots stay 9-8 New York with the advantage in that territory. No advantage to be had on the scoreboard. Loose up the left dot, sets up a 2-on-2. After dumping the puck in, he's bodied down by Wartz. The Hens faithful would like a call. They're not going to get one there. As Milligan and Krinsky are letting the boys play a little bit tonight. Early regains. Leaves the puck to Ostrander. His shot from the top of the right circle is caught and held by Fugue for a pause in play with 2:14 to go in first period action. Trevor Early in for the attacking zone draw across from Stelios Bezekis. Bezekis double teamed by Luppy and Early. Struggles to make anything happen out of his own end. Ostrander works below the goal. Paves away to the slot. His shot from 22 feet was blocked by Bezekis, who tumbled into his path. Gould from the point throws one in long range. The net front backhand from it appeared Luppy didn't connect. Final 100 of the first period. Farr absorbs a Gould check in the far corner. Farr comes back with the puck. It is swatted by Gould behind the cage, out of the reach of Bezekis. It comes to the near corner, where Ostrander rolls it up ice, and Jackson Olesen heads deep into his zone to recover. Stretch pass to Bezekis didn't connect. Bezekis was able to tip the puck behind the Delaware goal. Enough time for line changes both ways. This is an icing against the Hens with just over a minute to go in first period play. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork brisket and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides sure to please any appetite. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont. Open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch, or to place a catering order, visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Hens muscled their way up ice, trying to break this 1-1 deadlock. Reichel dropped pass to Diaz at the top of the left circle. Diaz putting on the brakes, double teamed now by both Peck and Hembre. Worked the puck low to Reichel again. The Fort Erie native tries to stay with the play. Olesen couldn't drag him out of the New York zone. Brian Zaffino with time and space. Feeds across to Orn, just above the line. Meckel recovers at the Delaware stripe. Final 10 seconds of the opening period. Orn trying to find Hembre across ice. Sidoriak intercepted the puck, took it behind his own goal, and the final seconds of the first period have since expired. The score through one period. New York University Violets 1, Delaware Blue Hens 1. We'll be back after the first intermission on the Delaware Hockey Network. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Bridges have connected people for centuries. When it comes to helping small businesses build bridges with the people they serve, there's a new gold standard. 412 Communications offers a uniquely comprehensive array of media solutions to help your brand establish and maintain strong, lasting connections with your clientele.
Watching the game or tailgating with friends? Score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagie's party trays and sampler platters. There is no bigger crowd pleaser than Primo Hoagie's, made only with the highest quality Thuman's meats and cheese, sliced fresh to order and served on Primo's award-winning seeded rolls. You get the best tasting hoagies in the area and save yourself the prep time. Stop into your local neighborhood Primo Hoagie's on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, or order your tray online at primohoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Ice has been flooded at the conclusion of 20 minutes, and we're looking at a 1-1 hockey game. Their game against Penn State Harrisburg to bring our Saturday slate to a close. Second period is underway, brought to you by the Hooper family, longtime supporters of University of Delaware Blue Hens hockey and of today's coverage of the men's Division I Blue Hens taking on NYU. That shot was blocked off the stick of Bezekas. The follow-up chance made it through from the opposite side. Snellenberg with the save. This play is halted 29 seconds into the second. Icing against NYU. Bezekas and Nima meet for the faceoff. Nima bats the puck forward, but it's recovered by Olesen in the near corner of the NYU zone. Another icing. Another attacking zone draw for the Hens. Despite giving up two successive icings, NYU drives back into the Delaware zone. Guido recovers amidst a Violet's line change. Barrels into Violet territory, got a shot on net, turned aside by Fugue. Doshin couldn't reel in the rebound. Doshin rifles this back into the NYU zone. Wartz turns it to Bryce. Stitch absorbs a hit just above the Delaware line. Guido recovers. Finds early on the breakout, who under duress connects with Ostrander up the left side. Ozzy looking for space, headman to Early, and Guido puts away the rebound to give the Blue Hens a 2-1 lead. So it was Dominic Guido from Early and Ostrander, making this a 2-1 hockey game. And wouldn't you know it, the press box pen has disappeared. If it's not one thing, friends, it's another. In this case, that thing is Dominic Guido's 23rd goal of the season. Delaware goal! His 23rd of the season. Scored by number 38, Dominic Guido. Assisted by number 8, Trevor Early. And number 26, Brian Ostrander. Time of the goal, 1 minute, 46 seconds in the second period. Guido's 23rd from Early and Ostrander at 1:46. Here's Cody Diaz with a close-up shot. It glanced off the toe of Fugue and ends up in the near corner. 4 Delaware shots this period. One's gone in, one other major scoring chance as well. Diaz again, the Iron Man, sets up Reichel, who couldn't finish off the rebound. So 2 saves in rapid-fire succession for Fugue. Puck is loose to his right, corralled by Adam Peck. Carried mid-zone, kicked by Hembre the rest of the way, and this will come back and icing. So just under 4 minutes have elapsed here in second period play. And the face-off will come to the left of Fugue. Jake Nema in for the draw across from Kaczynski. Violets control the draw, but Hembre can't work forward. This is covered and held by Fugue for a pause. Brunel set up Doshin off the kickback from the faceoff, and a puck out of play gives us another break. With just over 4 minutes elapsed in the second period. Sidoriak protects the right point off the carom. Doshin net front set up to Nema was intercepted. Guido's follow-up in the low slot was high and wide. Doshin double teamed in the near corner, gets some help now from Nema. Nema absorbs a check in the near corner. Now he's held up amid a 3-on-2 scrum. NYU back in their zone trying to extract this puck. Doshin pitchforking away as well, but it's muscled free by Bezekis. This is way offside, as far as a good 15 feet inside the line. Svoboda and Infanger took the draw right in front of the 4-1-2 Communications press box to restart play. Alex Infanger carries the puck up ice far side. He sets up Smith. Good shot from the top of the left circle, but a better save awaited from Ryan Fugue, who dropped into the butterfly to make stop number 16 on 18 total shots to this point. Vamulapalli works the puck over the Delaware line and in. Smith, the other 10, brings it back. That chance nearly was on target, directed by Fugue behind the cage. Zaffino recovers. This is flipped by Svoboda off his backhand to Vadip Vamolapalli. Another behind-the-back pass. This one connects to Svoboda. Net front setup, a couple shots. Vamolapalli's secondary chance missed the near post. And the Hens push play back as far as the NYU blue line. Chuyak intercepted by Luppy. Cross-ice pass resulted in a shot from Trevor Early, which was directed off Fugue's pads into the near corner. That the 19th Delaware shot on goal, with just over 6 minutes having gone by in the second period of a 2-1 hockey game. This ends up in Snellenberg's glove for a pause in the action. Friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today by visiting DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Play was high in the zone momentarily. Stepping up with a shot was Hembre, but it was off target only just. Hembre is down in the slot and not getting up. We're going to go to break.
Bridges have connected people for centuries. When it comes to helping small businesses build bridges with the people they serve, there's a new gold standard. 412 Communications offers a uniquely comprehensive array of media solutions to help your brand establish and maintain strong, lasting connections with your clientele.
Theo Hembre walked back to the bench on his own power ultimately. And the face-off to restart play will take place just above the Delaware blue line. Hens control the draw. Christian Brunel up the left side, gains center before caroming the puck in behind the NYU goal. Bryce brings it down in the far corner, flips it behind his back, but beyond the reach of Svoboda. Sidoriak maintained the point. Gave the puck away, though deeper in NYU territory. Svoboda threw it across ice, and a shot came in from the near half wall into Snellenberg's glove for a pause. Svoboda and Diaz met to the left of Snellenberg. Puck into the netting and out of play. The pair meet again, and Svoboda wins the draw once again. This shot goes through the top of the crease, steered by Snellenberg to the far corner. It's lofted back the other way and into the near netting, over the glass, out of play, with 12 minutes and 36 seconds to go in second period action. From Fred Rust Arena on Senior Night 2023. The men's Division III team will have their turn at senior night at Fred Rust Arena just after this game. An 8:45 published start time as the men's Division III Blue Hens and Penn State Harrisburg meet in what could very well be a preview of the Delaware Valley College Hockey Conference men's Division III playoffs, which are scheduled for next week. Meckel wasn't in sync with Gould on the zone entry, so Gould put on the brakes, waited for Meckel to tag up. This entry is good, but New York was able to benefit from Delaware's mismanagement of the entry and fortify their defensive forces. A tip of the hat to Joe for all of his hard work behind the scenes all season long, keeping Fred Rust Arena in great shape day in, day out. Warts' shot was wide. Smith turns the puck beyond the reach of Olesen. Reichel working below the goal. Finds Smith on the cross ice pass. Smith gains center, throws the puck toward the NYU goal where Fugue sticks the puck away. Hens able to generate a change as a result. Far, cross slot feed, set up Bezekas, but his shot was wide. Snellenberg did cross post to post in any case. No icing the other way. Zaffino leaves the puck to Olesen after the Hens narrowly escaped the icing. Luce got his stick up in Olesen's midsection as they chase the puck down in the near corner, but play continues on unabated. No icing here, puck was tipped. Guido won the race to it anyway. Net front feed to Nima. Just slightly mistimed. Doshin protects in the far corner for the Hens, but Bezekas has him pinned to the corner boards under the quintet of senior sweaters, the four we discussed prior to the game, along with Brian Ostrander, who's making his final appearance at Fred Rust Arena after being coaxed into a 5th season of Delaware hockey. Nima to Guido. Cross ice feed, Sidoriak on the doorstep. No, right as the flashbulbs went off. Brunel holds the right point. He steps up. That shot sticked into the corner netting and out of play by Fugue. .10:03 to go. To the strains of Livin' on a Prayer. And there's a new gold standard for digital media solutions for small businesses. 412 Communications offers web and graphic design, social media consultation, public relations, writing and editing services, multimedia solutions like this broadcast you are watching right now and more. Visit 412communications.com to learn how they can help your brand build bridges with the people you serve. Ranger and Peck took the draw. Smith took the shot from center point, which was blockered away from its intended line. Kosinski under forechecking heat from Infanger. Misplayed the breakout pass, but Orn was able to hack it back into the neutral zone. Volleyed back in by Smith. Fugue steadies. Kosinski clears again to center. Smith lazily throws the puck into the far corner of the NYU zone, trying to set up a line change, but to no avail. And Heitzhaus is going to go. His hit in the corner on Crawford ruled over the line. So with 9:16 to go in the second period, Heitzy's going to go. For boarding, and a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill is about to begin. Schedule your first cleaning today by visiting DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Delaware penalty assessed to number 19, Chris Heitzhaus, 2 minutes for boarding. Time of the penalty, 10 minutes, 44 seconds in the second period. Heitzhaus 2 for boarding at 10:44. Long, lazy shot steered away by Snellenberg, and the Hens clear. Olesen couldn't cleanly connect with Zaffino on the breakout. Luce and Mark patrolling the blue line. Delayed penalty, this one coming up against New York. The extra attacker is on. Mark gives this away. Bryce touches up for the pause. So Jackson Olesen is ruled off for the Violets, and we're going to go 4-on-4 for the next 69 seconds. New York penalty assessed to number 4, Jackson Olison. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 11 minutes, 36 seconds in the second period. Olison 2 for holding at 11:36. So the Hens don't have to worry about the penalty kill faltering, as the only NYU goal came with the benefit of a power play. 4-on-4 for the next half minute, and then the Hens will get a very brief back-end primo power play. They'll have 42 seconds with the man advantage ultimately, as here's Snellenberg records another save, this one from off the post, off the stick of Reagan Wartz. Hens recover, Luppy's got a breakaway, backhand, he shoots and scores! Ryan Luppy with a 4-on-4 goal has made this a 3-1 Delaware game. It starts with a neutral zone turnover. At 12:38 in the second period, Ostrander gets his second assist, Luppy gets his 10th of the season, and Delaware, now with a power play for 40-some seconds, has a prime opportunity to add insult to injury, up by 2 now. Delaware goal! His 10th of the season. Scored by number 17, Ryan Luppy. Assisted by number 26, Brian Ostrander. Time of the even strength goal, 12 minutes, 38 seconds in the second period. Luppy's 10th from Ostrander at 12:38. Another penalty as James Orn takes the walk of shame. Sent off for holding with 6:37. To go in the second period, so this just became a deluxe primo power play for the Blue Hens. They've got a 2-man advantage for a few more ticks before going 5-on-4 for a full 2 minutes. Snellenberg stands up Olison. NYU penalty assessed to number 33, James Orn, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes, 23 seconds in the second period. Orn, 2 for holding at 13:23. So Reichel, Guido, and Luppy, the 3 Delaware goal scorers. And the Hens have 70 seconds with a man advantage yet. Nima leaves this to Sidoriak. Play is whistled dead. Too many players on the ice, says Sam Chauvin. Or at least so he signaled. And we're coming back into the Delaware zone. Was it too many players? Was it an illegal substitution? Or 4-on-4. Looks like there does need to be a player in the box. Too many players is the call. With 5:39 to go. In the second period, Delaware up 3-1, but their power play opportunity squandered. Delaware penalty, bench minor, too many players on the ice. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 21 seconds in the second period. Too many players on the ice, Delaware, at 14-21. Looking for a point-blank chance was Ostrander. The shot from Bryce the other way, right into Snellenberg's pads, is tied up in the near corner. Final 5 minutes of the second period upon us. Hens with a 3-1 lead and solid offensive momentum. The setup from Gould to Diaz. Net front didn't connect. Bryce from behind his own goal. Flips the puck beyond the forechecking Infanger. Ahead to Stitch. This is thrown off the far boards. Recovered by Peck below the Delaware goal. Brief Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill for the Hens. 40 seconds left on the bench minor for too many players on the ice. Bryce leaves this back to center point and Stitch. To Bryce again. Cycled in the corner to Peck. His shot turned aside by Snellenberg. That the 18th NYU shot, the 17th Snellenberg save. Stitch again kept high. Bryce takes aim from the slot. Snellenberg holds on. With 3:43 to go in the second period, 4 seconds left on the Delaware penalty kill. And the Blue Hens, seeing their 3-1 lead, get more comfortable with each passing minute. Face off to Snellenberg's right. Remains in Hen control. Brunel couldn't swat the puck free though. Chernyavsky protects the point. His shot from long distance ricochets off the end boards. Sidoriak finds Doshin on the stretch pass leading to a 2-on-2. Net front feed from Nima intended for Guido crashing the net is tipped into the netting behind Fugue and out of play with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go in second period action, and the Blue Hens up 3-1 over NYU. Delaware controls the draw. Nima down low off the Sidoriak feed is hassled by Olesen in the near corner. Luke Doshin protects, shoots, where's the puck? It's loose in front, backhanded by Bezekas out of harm's way. Doshin recovers, he's got some help from Guido, but it's taken away from both of them by far. And Alexander Chernyavsky carries this up the near boards back into Delaware territory with 2:45 to go in the second period. Hens up 3-1 over the Violets in their final meeting of the season. Delaware won 6-4 in Manhattan last night. Quick turnaround for both of these teams. The 2-hour bus ride from Manhattan to Newark as well for both of these sides, as historically they've played a pair of home and home series through the course of the year. Off the rebound, Nima has made this a 4-1 hockey game. Jake Nima before the senior night crowd connects. We'll watch it again. It was Luke Doshin with the initial shot off a Guido headman. And with 2 and change to go in the second period. Was it Nima or was it Ostrander? Looked like Nima from here. We will confirm on the tape. Indeed, it was Jake Nima. So our eyes do not deceive us. And Nima gets himself now a baker's dozen on the year. Delaware goal! His 13th of the season. Scored by number 25, Jake Nima. Assisted by number 15, Luke Doshin. And number 38, Dominic Guido. Time of the goal, 17 minutes, 46 seconds in the second period. Nima's 13th from Doshin and Guido at 17:46. Hens lose the zone, a delayed offside. The recipient of the breakout pass the other way was Bryce, bodied off of it. 1 minute remaining in the period, 1 minute. Play halted due to a puck out of play. Roundabout the NYU bench. Face-off will come in front of Same and go the way of Delaware. Luce could not connect with Luppy on the transition. Stitch flips this behind Luppy. Bryce can't chase it down. Luce hacks the puck back the other direction. The second period has been all Delaware. 19 shots, 3 goals. Final half minute. Warts found Peck up the middle. Puck bounced off his stick over the center logo. Mark turns it the other way. In comes Trevor Early, setting up Ostrander, and he's got one for the thumb! The original Aussie, Brian Ostrander, after 2 assists, gets one of his own. And it's 5-1 Delaware. This coming at 19:44. In the second period, and we'll have the particulars for you shortly. The score through 2 periods. Delaware Blue Hens 5, NYU Violets 1. We'll be back after the intermission.
Bridges have connected people for centuries. When it comes to helping small businesses build bridges with the people they serve, there's a new gold standard. 412 Communications offers a uniquely comprehensive array of media solutions to help your brand establish and maintain strong, lasting connections with your clientele.
Watching the game or tailgating with friends? Score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagie's party trays and sampler platters. There is no bigger crowd pleaser than Primo Hoagie's, made only with the highest quality Thuman's meats and cheese, sliced fresh to order and served on Primo's award-winning seeded rolls. You get the best tasting hoagies in the area and save yourself the prep time. Stop into your local neighborhood Primo Hoagie's on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, or order your tray online at PrimoHoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Bridges have connected people for centuries. When it comes to helping small businesses build bridges with the people they serve, there's a new gold standard. 412 Communications offers a uniquely comprehensive array of media solutions to help your brand establish and maintain strong, lasting connections with your clientele.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back inside the Delaware Hockey Network, presented by Long and Greenberg. Third period is underway. From Fred Rust Arena, James Witherite flying solo on the airwaves. Our production assistant, Josie Billett, doubling on videography duty tonight for our Fred Rust Arena Delaware men's hockey doubleheader. "22 seconds in. And Fugue records his first save of the third period. We did owe you the particulars of that last Delaware goal, bringing the second period to its conclusion. And it was Brian Ostrander getting his 12th of the season. Trevor Early with the primary assist. Eric Mark with his first point as a Blue Hen. Had the secondary helper, that was at 1944 in the second period. That shot from John Dorio rang off the post. Puck rolls all the way back into the New York end. Reagan Wartz recovers. This is flipped high to Gould at his own blue line for Delaware. Stolen by Bryce from Reichel, but Nathan Reichel takes it right back. Here's Meckel leading a 2-on-1. Diaz crashes the net, shot off the post. Right on the doorstep, too. 3-on-3 the other way. Reagan Wartz up the middle, angle to the far corner. The Iron Man, Cody Diaz from Foundry City, Neenah, Wisconsin. Recovers for the Hens. Gould through traffic, tried to split defenders in close, but John Dorio got the better of him. Smith takes aim from the point. Mac Bryce blocks the shot. Gould off his backhand, off to the puck back in over the New York line. It is brought down by Adam Svoboda. And now Aaron Serjak pushes this puck up the left side before giving way to the Delaware back check. Sidoriak to Heitzhaus to Meisinger, who muscles his way over the line near side. Brunel leaves this in the corner for Infanger. One last regular season game for Delaware. It comes next Friday at the Class of 1923 Arena, where they take on Drexel. And then the Eastern States Collegiate Hockey League playoffs will all come your way on the Delaware Hockey Network. March 3rd through 5th. From Pittston, Pennsylvania. And all of the action will be live here on the Delaware Hockey Network as well. So if you can't make the trip to the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area, not to worry. The DHN Crew North version will have all the action for you. I'll be joined by Mark McClure, Jeff Jezorowski, and the voice of Buffalo State Bengals hockey, Aaron Alpert, to round out the broadcast crew for what promises to be an exciting weekend of collegiate hockey from the Poconos. Nima net front feed to Doshin was tipped high and wide. Peck to Orn the other way. Mark recovers for the Hens, leads the puck to Doshin. Guido couldn't reel it in off the centering feed just inside the right dot. This is taken away by Zaffino and now carried by Chernyavsky into the Delaware zone. He's herded by Luce to the far corner. Chernyavsky lost his footing of his own volition, but stayed with the puck. Olesen flips it behind the back of Ostrander to Bezekas in the far corner. He plays the carom shot below the cage. Chernyavsky couldn't get stick on puck. Eric Mark brings it the other way. Big brother Anthony, active as a USA Hockey official. Both hailing from Bensalem, Pennsylvania, home of Parks Racetrack, where we've spent a handful of Monday afternoons. Early to Luppy, gained center. Luppy tipped the puck into the New York zone. Enough time for a line change, 5 minutes into the third period. Hens with a 5-1 lead over New York. Make it 6. As the early bird gets the worm this time. Reichel hit early with the cross ice feed. And it started back with Ostrander. In the neutral zone, Trevor Early's got himself 3 on the year. And the Blue Hens have built up a 6-1 lead. Delaware goal, his 3rd of the season, scored by number 8, Trevor Early. Assisted by number 7, Nathan Reichel. And number 26, Brian Ostrander. Time of the goal, 5 minutes, 16 seconds of the third period. Early's third from Reichel and Ostrander at 5:16. Third period of the original Aussie third period. Here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Our thanks go out to the Ostrander family for their ardent support of the Delaware Hockey Network. Bringing you third period action here on Senior Night 2023. Puck out of play off the attacking zone draw. Quick restart in the near circle. Another net front chance from Infanger, caught and held by Fugue. Face-off came to the right of Fugue. Peck and Infanger taking the draw. And Hembre walking through traffic to score. Hembre dances past a couple Delaware defenders, takes aim from 35 feet. And with 6:51 gone in the third period, he has made this a 6-2 hockey game. New York University goal, his 7th of the season. Scored by number 2, Theo Hembre. Assisted by number 33, James Orn. Time of the goal, 6 minutes, 51 seconds in the third period. Hembre's 7th from Orn at 6:51. Loose races this puck down in the near corner of his own zone. The forechecking pressure came from Chirjak. Mark leaves this to Doshin. Doshin through traffic, Mark to his aid. He tried to set up a Guido one-timer, but he caught the top of the puck. It goes back to the blue line. Diving Jay Luce breaks up a near breakaway chance for Aaron Chirjak. This will be called offside. Face-off coming above the Delaware bench with 12:16 to go in regulation. And the Hens with a comfy, cozy 6-2 lead. Here a shot from Zaffino is caught and held by Snellenberg. Ostrander awaiting Svoboda. Puck is down. Svoboda wins the faceoff. Olesen gives way to the forechecking Trevor Early, who nearly set up a scoring chance for the Hens. Mac Bryce puts on the brakes after gaining the left point. Cross ice feed to Olesen, who rejoins the play. He throws the puck through the slot. It trickles wide of the near post, recovered by Early. Svoboda again to Olesen. Centering feed intended for Bryce was tipped offline by Trevor Early. This goes all the way back into the New York zone where Brian Zaffino, with time and space, recovers. But precious seconds tick off the Fred Rust Arena clock with 8.5 minutes gone in the third period. The Blue Hens up 6-2 over New York. This will come back out of the New York zone with 11:15 to go, ruled offside. Nine minutes have gone by, man down inside the Delaware line. Cody Diaz took a few seconds, but he'll walk off on his own. By walk, we mean skate, but we knew that. Sidoriak backhands the puck above his own line to find Ben Meisinger on the re-entry for the Hens. Delaware ramping up right in time for the stretch drive. As mentioned, they've got Drexel on Friday. Before the playoffs in 2 weeks. Ranger leads a 2-on-2 up the near side. He was angled outside his intended lane by Kosinski. Here the other way with a shot was Hembre looking for his second, but to no avail. Daniel Farr got tied up by Guido just above the New York line. Final 9:15 of the home portion of Delaware's men's Division I season. A healthy crowd on hand at Fred Rust Arena taking in the senior night festivities. And the Guido shot is caught and held by Ryan Fugue for a pause in play. Tailgating at Fred Rust Arena or watching on the Delaware Hockey Network, score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagie's party trays and sampler platters. There is no crowd pleaser quite like Primo Hoagie's, made with only the highest quality Thuman's meats and cheese, sliced fresh to order and served on Primo's award-winning seeded rolls. You get the best tasting hoagies in the area and save yourself the prep time. The shot from Kosinski off the headman pass from the right half wall was denied by Snellenberg. As far as the Primo Hoagies go, stop into your local neighborhood Primo on Baltimore Pike and Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, or order your next party tray online at primohoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. Guido's shot from point blank range was wide. The follow-up at the top of the left circle and Heights House. Rather, that was Justin Smith, the Floridian, who couldn't connect from the top of the circle. Gould shot off the pads of Fugue for the 37th Delaware chance on goal. Doshin couldn't work one through a congested slot. This corralled by Farr, walked beyond center by Bezekis, flipped into the far corner of the Delaware zone where Justin Smith recovers. The Violets change. And Will Gould on his horse gains center before wristing the puck hard into the far corner of the New York end. Time for him to come off and Brunel to take his spot on D. 7.5 minutes remaining. For the Blue Hens, a close-up shot covered and held. By Mr. Ryan Fugue, who stopped 32 of 38 to this point. Face-off comes to his left. Early and Svoboda tied up over the near dot. Coming in from below the goal, Trevor Early couldn't connect on the welcome mat. This puck rolls beyond Ostrander's reach. Long shot waffle boarded hard away by Fugue for save number 33. Brunel and Bryce joust for the puck, and their momentum collectively carries them to the far corner of the Delaware zone. Overall, a particularly clean hockey game this one's been. And the net behind Snellenberg was dislodged. Hens have been solid from start to finish, and they continue to try to ride the momentum of a 4-goal second. Six and change to go in the third. 6-2 the score, Delaware with the advantage. Diaz with a one-timer off the Meckel setup. That shot was wide. Loose protects the zone. He fires one in from 55 feet. It was deflected behind the cage. Now carried the other way by Stitch. Stitch slowed up by Loose, tried to find Orn on the centering pass to no avail. Now 5.5 to go. Stitch is guilty of an icing. 5 minutes and 13 seconds remain. Sammy Chauvin spots the face-off to the left of Ryan Fugue. Ranger and Peck square off for the draw. Chauvin cautions the wingers. Now the puck is down. Meisinger failed to protect the zone. Off the Ranger face-off win, Gould, deeper in Delaware territory, recovers. Final 5. No icing as Smith was clearly able to play the puck. Here's Smith. Shot over the crossbar. Puck is brought down by Chernyavsky. Net front feed to Bryce. Snellenberg stood tall for the save. Fugue answers with a save of his own at the other end. That on the 40th Delaware shot on goal. Bryce takes a body from Sidoriak. This puck goes over the glass and out of play. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go here at Fred Rust Arena for the Men's Division I Blue Hens. Nima and Svoboda squaring off to the right of Snellenberg. Doshin pushes the puck beyond the reach of Zaffino ahead to Jake Nima. Cross ice pass ricochets off the corner boards. Dorio plays it behind his own goal. It caroms to Sidoriak stepping up into the corner. That puck taken away by Olesen, tipped to Mac Bryce. Bryce will see his advance called back offside. With 202 seconds to go. In regulation. And 2 men take seats in the New York penalty box. Particulars coming. Penalties assessed at 16:37. And it appears as though it's just going to be slashing on Olesen. And then a 10-minute misconduct on Dorio. That is indeed the case. New York University penalty assessed to number 4, Jackson Olesen. 2 minutes for slashing. Also, New York penalty assessed to number 23, John Dorio, a 10-minute misconduct for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of the penalties, 16 minutes, 37 seconds. In the third period. Olesen 2 for slashing, Dorio a 10-minute misconduct, both at 16:37. So a primo power play for the Blue Hens will bring us to the final 80 seconds of the game, or will bring Delaware to a successfully kicked convert. Loose, wide of the post. Brunel from the half wall. Rolls the puck into the corner as the sweatshirts and blankets are gathered in by the spectators looking to beat the traffic. Luppy holds, drop pass to Brunel. Shot stick checked away. This is backhanded up ice by Chirjak along the far wall. Loose, all alone to recover behind his own goal. 40 seconds left on the primo power play for the Blue Hens. 2 minutes left for the home portion of Delaware's 2022-2023 stand. Guido with a rocket into the pads of netminder Ryan Fugue. Loose back to his own line. Muscling the puck away from him is Bezekas. Diaz to Loose's aid. They collide in the corner. Loose stands up Bezekas, who wants a call, but he's not going to get it. As we come to the final 90 seconds of the contest. And as Jackson Olesen steps on the ice a second and a half early before his penalty expired, but that will go unnoticed by the on-ice officials. Icing against Delaware with 70 seconds to go. And the remainder of this contest for all intents and purposes, will be a formality. A senior night win. And a timeout signaled on the ice. We have not been informed which side has taken the timeout. Timeout. So with the timeout, we can tell you that coming up in the 8:45 slot, the Delaware Men's Division III team will host Penn State Harrisburg. In their regular season finale. "70 seconds on the clock, off we go for the stretch drive of 2023. Bryce's shot into Snellenberg's pads. 1 minute remaining in the period, 1 minute. Loose to Luppy. 2-on-1, Luppy, Nima, no! Feud crosses to make the kick save. Nima again, can't connect. Brunel, Ostrander, loose, Luppy. And Nima the 5-on. This game's gonna end the way it started. With the 4 seniors, with the grad student, and with Jacob Snellenberg backstopping them all. This shot from Daniel Farr missed the post. Final 12. Long shot in from Crawford was wide. The camera phones are out for the final 3 seconds. The Blue Hen crowd rises to their feet, and the Blue Hens seal a 6-2 senior night win. Tonight's final score, Delaware Blue Hens 6, New York University Violets 2. Fans, it's time for the 3 stars of the game. Presented by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. Tonight's 3rd star with a goal and an assist for Delaware. Number 7, Nathan Reichel. Tonight's number 2 star with a goal and 2 assists for Delaware. Number 8, Trevor Early. And tonight's number 1 star with his 12th goal of the season and 3 assists to add to it, number 26, Brian Ostrander. And for one final time in the 2022-2023 season, a salute from the Blue Hens to the Fred Rust Arena faithful. So a 6-2 Delaware win lifts them to 19-15-1 on the season as they steal the show on home ice, victorious 6-2 over the Violets, who fall to 5-14-3 after being swept in the weekend home and home. Coming up next on the Delaware Hockey Network, The men's Division III Blue Hens hosting Penn State Harrisburg. Game time slated for 8:45 p.m. For the whole crew, production assistant and videographer Josie Billett, James Witherite, bidding you adieu for now. We'll be back with the second half of our Fred Russ doubleheader in just a little bit on the Delaware Hockey Network, presented by the Law Office of Long and Greenberg.